What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Matt's Mind. We are on episode number 55. Apologies, we're one day late on the episode. I had two really good videos come out yesterday. We had the Moff Gideon's or Imperial Light Cruiser review and then the Mando comparison from the Starships, so definitely go check that out if you guys haven't already. Of course, as always, if you guys want to have your question featured in next week's episode, drop it down below in the comments. Make sure you guys subscribe and drop a like down below as well before we get into today's video. Of course, as with every week, we are joined by a different set, and today we finally have my Technic Osprey back. David did finish building it. I hate Technic and I would have messed it up, so he finished it. Now it is mine, and I gotta say, this thing looks pretty cool. I might do a review on it, I might not. I don't know. Let me know if you guys want to see a review of the Technic Osprey. It's one of the very few canceled LEGO sets after production, so it is kind of rare. So everyone give a warm welcome for the Technic Osprey for today's episode. Let's go ahead and jump on into some of these questions. OWLB is asking, do you think Fallen Order is too violent for LEGO to produce sets on? This is what they claim. So I don't know about this. I'm not sure how factual that statement is. Assuming it's true, I don't think so. I don't think Jedi Fallen Order is any less or more violent than Rogue One. We got sets from Rogue One, we got sets from the video games from the Old Republic, so I don't think Fallen Order is in any degree more or less violent than stuff they've made about already. I would love to see some Fallen Order sets. I definitely don't think we should get like a whole wave dedicated to it, but I would love to see some minifigures, especially like the Cal Kestis and maybe even some other cool minifigures like a BD minifigure. That would be really cool. I don't think Jedi Fallen Order is too violent for LEGO to make sets on. I just probably think there's probably other reasons, but I don't know if that's the official reason why they're not doing it. It definitely is a little bit of a controversial statement, to say the least. Badhawk HD is asking, is there any chance of us getting a Jesse? Of course, Jesse is one of the most prominent, I think, 501st. If you guys don't know who Jesse was, he was the clone at the very end of Season 7. Obviously, he kind of had to turn on Ahsoka. He was sort of one of the ARC troopers there, and you also saw his helmet at the very last scene when they were digging up all the graves. But Jesse minifigure would be great. Do I think we're going to get him? I'd say most likely not. I'd say there's probably maybe a 0.5% chance if LEGO does decide to do something maybe like the blue Y-Wing, the 501st Y-Wing from the Clone Wars. Maybe we would see something along the lines of a Jesse minifigure. But that's really the only way I could see that happening. I just don't think a Jesse minifigure is too in demand in terms of the general consumer market, I guess you could. Fast Brix is asking, if the 501st Battle Pack had been a 212th Battle Pack, how many would you have bought? Probably more than the 501st. I actually like the 212th color a little bit more than the blue for the 501st. I do like the Legion a lot more too. I shouldn't say a lot more. I think they're both pretty equal. I wasn't into LEGO when they made the Utapau Battle Pack, so if LEGO had made a 212th Battle Pack, the $30 style we've seen with the 501st Legion Clone Troopers, I probably would have at least 50 and probably another 50 opened already, but obviously I don't think it's going to be happening anytime soon. Lego Connoisseur is asking, do you think LEGO did not add Omega to the Bad Batch shuttle because then all of the Bad Batch, Tech Hunter, Wrecker, Echo, Omega would not be able to fit into the shuttle? I don't think that's the reason. I mean, honestly, already you probably can't even fit all of them in the shuttle. I tried it in my review video and it was really cramped. I think the reason they didn't include Omega was because Omega was a pretty big plot line, and she continues to be a very big part of the story, at least I'd say, for Bad Batch. So I think they did not include her in this Bad Batch set because they just wanted to avoid spoilers. Of course, they did kind of spoil Crosshair and everything like that, which was a little bit disappointing, but I think they more or less did not include Omega simply because she's too much of a new character, and that would have really given it away for a lot of us, so I think that's kind of why. Unending Bricks is asking, how do you join LAN or the LEGO Ambassador Network? So the LAN is basically a program you could apply to. It takes into account a couple of things. Obviously, I'm not really a spokesperson for the specific application process and what they look for. I know they're like community engagement. I know they're not necessarily focused on outreach and views and impressions, but more so it's kind of what you're fostering in your community, the inclusiveness, you know, the happiness, and just all that kind of stuff. So if you do want to apply to LAN, I'll leave a link to the website down below. You guys can make a free account if you want to, and you can go from there. I think there is one more review period for reviewees and applicants for the remainder of this year, so if you guys do want to do it, I definitely suggest going ahead and trying it for yourself. I did not get in on my first try, so if you guys don't get in, don't worry, and if you guys do get in, you're already one step ahead of me. Clone Wars Bricks is asking a pretty cool question. Do you think that LEGO will ever make an Order 66 collection? No, I don't think so. I think Order 66 in that of itself is just too dark of a sequence. Would that be cool? Absolutely. I'd love to get like a couple of years worth of maybe like 1 or 2 Order 66 theme sets. I know LEGO has made sets that are hinting towards Order 66 or have some sort of reminiscent aspect of it, but I think having a straight up Order 66 collection probably wouldn't be something LEGO would be on board with doing. Would I love to see it? Absolutely. Do I think it's a realistic chance? Most likely not. Jude Brix is asking, do you think LEGO should make more limited release sets like the Nebulon or the Bespin Duel? I think this will be a cool way to make some sets more exclusive and special. So as a North American with fast internet and a good computer, yes, absolutely. I love when LEGO drops these exclusives, not only for me to build. I mean, I have the Bespin Duel on display, I have the Nebulon somewhere behind me, but I also love it as an investment. I mean, these sets usually go up fairly well, and it's a great way to fund your hobby. However, there's been a lot of backlash for overseas LEGO fans. If you're not in North America, you won't have access to get these things for retail, and that's been a pretty big issue with the Bespin Duel, with the Nebulon B. I would personally like it to see more. I love when LEGO does like exclusive stuff like this, whether it be dropping at Lego.com and Target or Lego.com in another place or something like that. I like when they do that. I think it's like a rush. It's a really cool feeling when you get it, but I know a lot of people have had a really hard time getting a hand of them, so I think I would like to see them. I think other people probably might have a different opinion though. Kokomo was asking a good question. When should we start looking for LEGO clearance at Walmart? So there's no real strategy or formula for this. I mean, there's definitely hype in peak times. I will disclaim, however, with Corona and COVID sort of still lingering around, toy sales, I believe, still continue to go up, so don't expect clearance like you've seen it in the previous years. I will say a good time to look for clearance is usually the first 2 weeks in July. That way Walmart tries to clear their aisle space and shelf space for new August releases, especially when it comes to LEGO. So I will say, if you have Walmarts near you, check it periodically between July 1st and maybe the middle of July. That might be a pretty good bet. And then also after winter, after Christmas, usually the first 2 weeks in January is going to be when you want to check for those. Honestly, the day after Christmas is usually a pretty good time too. Inkman's asking, with the new Amazon TV series coming out this year, do you think LEGO will make new Lord of the Rings sets? I believe so. I really do believe so. I'm not sure if there was an official reason why they stopped making Lord of the Rings sets. I'm sure it was maybe just like the movies had the hype had sort of kind of died down. I don't think there was any particular reason for them not making any more Lord of the Rings sets. But I think with the new TV show, especially if it's super popular, I wouldn't be surprised if there are already Lord of the Rings sets in the making. I would love to see it. I do wholeheartedly think we're going to get Lord of the Rings sets, so stay tuned for those. Christian Sheehan's asking the question I've been trying to ask myself for ages. Do you think we'll ever get more Maul Mandalorians? Well, I mean, we got Gar Saxon, so it is one, but I would love to get a battle pack. Like the dream battle pack for me right now is a battle pack that comes with 2 Maul Mandalorians and 2 Loyalist Mandalorians from Clone Wars Season 7. That would be like the absolute best battle pack I could ever think of. Do I think we're going to get more? I think there's a chance. I'm not going to say that it's going to happen, and I'm not even going to say it's most likely going to happen. It's going to take a little bit of a wing and a prayer, but I do think that there's opportunity for more Mandalorians and minifigures of a similar nature to come, so I don't know. That's the honest question. I would love it. That would be like my top tier battle pack of like all time, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Morty's asking, what do you use to create your thumbnails? Also love the vids, keep it up, thank you. So for my thumbnails, I use a program called Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop. I do pay for all the Adobe programs. I use mostly Premiere Pro, Lightroom, and Photoshop for everything YouTube related. But the thumbnails, I mean, I just use Photoshop, like I said. It's just like using text and using pictures and PNGs, adding it into layers in the program. I'm not really that good at explaining it, but there are Adobe Photoshop tutorials if you do want to look into that kind of stuff. But that's really well for me. I do know there are free alternative programs as well, so if you don't want to quite get and purchase Adobe Photoshop, you could go ahead and try some of the free softwares that are very similar to it. That way you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at. Derek's asking, what is your recommendation for cleaning dust off of built models? Great question. I was actually doing this today. So this is sort of like a computer / gaming thing you got here. It's basically just an air duster. So you basically put the straw in, and it kind of goes like that. I'm kind of running low. I like to use this, obviously. I mean, a lot of dust does accumulate over time, and really this pushes the dust back. It doesn't necessarily catch it and get rid of it permanently, but I think if you got a big collection like this, just use one of these. It's super easy. Just brush over it once or twice every couple of weeks, and you should be good. Taco is asking, as a part of LAN and you see sets early, does that ever spoil the movies the sets are based on? So I've actually never been in LAN long enough to actually see this become an issue with movies. I don't think so. I think generally by the time that we are aware of sets on LAN, honestly, you guys are as well. I know leaks and rumors are very rapid among the community, so honestly, by the time you guys find out sets, that's usually around the time we do as well. Up until now, I have not gotten anything spoiled for me from Bad Batch or anything like that, or any new content coming up, so I'm hoping that's not an issue, but I could easily see it being something, especially if there's not much known about something, if that makes sense. TGB's asking the question of the past week: do you think LEGO will make an updated Cad Bane minifigure? I believe we're going to be getting a Cad Bane set in 2022. I think we're probably going to be getting his Shuttle. I think there's going to be 2 Bad Batch sets coming next year. I think one of them will be the Cad Bane set. I'm not sure when or what price or what it's going to be. I do thoroughly believe wholeheartedly we will be getting one, though. I just think Cad Bane's playing a little bit of a bigger role in the series than we might have thought, so I think we're going to be getting a Cad Bane minifigure and set coming in 2022. Demos is asking, do you believe LEGO is going to release the Star Forge from the Old Republic? I think once we get movies that are more centered towards the Old Republic, I think that's definitely a realistic possibility. As of right now, not many people are, at least I should say not many newer fans of Star Wars are too really into the Old Republic. I think once we get those movies cycling out whenever they're coming, I think it's in like 2020, was it 2023 or 2024? I think we're going to be getting some sets based off that. I just think right now, no, but we will eventually. And the last question for today comes from Ahsoka Productions. Are there any LEGO sets that you bought to keep and sell them later? If so, what sets, and have you sold them? If so, how much? Keep up the good work. So yeah, like I said, I actually have a haul video coming out at some point this week, and a lot of it was for investing. Investing is something that I do in LEGO sets. I don't really scalp. I don't buy sets off of, the shelves day one and sell it for 200% more. I usually find sets that are on clearance or on sale, at Walmart, Target, wherever it may be. So a great example of this is actually the Jedi Clone Battle Pack. It was, I believe, in 2018 or 2019, I think. Came with the 2 clones in Phase 1 and also came with Barriss Offee and Ki-Adi-Mundi. Now, I actually found these at Walmart for about $7 or $6. I bought as many as I could. Obviously, I did open up quite a considerable amount of them for my own personal collection, but now they're starting to go up in price, and I'm probably going to be selling them a little bit. Actually, I could check Bricklink right now. So it looks like the average price these are selling for is about $28, which is actually a lot. So that's a good example. I mean, buying stuff on clearance, buying stuff on sale for 30, 40, 50% off, waiting until it retires, and then waiting maybe a year or two after, and you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least a 50% profit back. So that's always pretty cool. I mean, I do like to, like I said, invest in stuff when I can and find a way to fund my hobby through that. The Jedi Clone Battle Pack is just one of those. I actually might make a investing series on sets I kind of think that are going to be going up. If you guys are interested in that, let me know down below in the comments. But thank you guys for watching today's episode of Matt's Mind. I hope you all enjoyed. Awesome questions today, guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, if you want to be featured in next week's episode, drop a comment down below. Make sure you guys subscribe and drop a like as well. Huge thanks to LEGO Technic Osprey for joining us in today's video. What set do you want to see next? Look at the sets behind me. Take a good look. Let me know which one you guys want to see on next week's table. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.